Hello everybody, this is Violet Lang and I'm an expert on love, dating, and relationships. And today I want to talk about online dating. So how many of you have ever tried online dating? You can put a little comment in the comments or a thumbs up or a heart. If you've ever tried online dating, you know that it is its own strange beast. And online dating has been happening for a really long time now, and it's totally changed from when it first started. So how many people do you think are online on online dating apps? Just guess. Throw out a number or put something in the comment box if you're playing along. I was shocked to find out that 50 million people use online dating apps. 50 million people. So no wonder people turn to online dating to see if it's a place for them to meet their partner. Makes sense, right? Like that's where the most amount of people are. But guess what? Only 20% of relationships actually start online. So that means despite 50 million people being on online dating apps, only 20% of those are only 20% of relationships are actually starting online. So it's a huge amount of time and money and energy that people are putting into online dating, but only a small percentage of people know how to make those technologies really work for them and know how to master the process. So today I'm going to talk about the 4 reasons why online dating might not be working for you yet. And the reason this is really important is because there are more Tinder downloads. In fact, 80% of Tinder downloads happen between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. I was going to say New Year's, but it's Valentine's Day. So that means most people who are online are actually online between, hi Nicole, are actually online between Thanksgiving Day and Valentine's Day. And this is the time of year when a lot of people are looking for love. It gets cold in certain parts of the States. It is a time where we have a lot of holidays, we might be around friends and family, and we really feel that ache in our heart. We have downtime when we're not working as much, and we start to think, wow, it'd really be nice to be with someone and to have someone. But a lot of us have had very interesting online dating experiences, and I am no exception. So I'm curious for those of you, which is probably all of you, who have tried online dating, what was that like for you? Did you find that you got dates, or was it just a bunch of messaging? Or did you find that you attracted people but they weren't exactly what you were looking for? Or this is something that I hear all the time, did you find that you saw something on a profile and then the way that the person actually showed up was totally different? Maybe their pictures were off, or maybe something they had shared about themselves was off. I remember when I was online dating, this was like 9 years ago. This was after I got divorced and before, well before I met my current husband. I remember meeting a guy for a first date, and we went to a rooftop patio. This is when I was living in Toronto, and he starts smoking. And I was like, on your profile you said no smoking. He's like, oh, I just say that because no one wants to go out with someone who's a smoker. He like literally just started smoking in front of me on our first date. I was very grateful that he did that so that I got that information sooner rather than later. But I just thought it so comical how many times people are manipulating or being manipulated when it comes to online dating. And I think that's why a lot of people feel very guarded. And because they feel guarded about online dating, they might not be showing up authentically. So what I want is to help you have an amazing experience with online dating and have some fun in the process. But I have a little analogy, which is that online dating is kind of like going on a vacation. You're trying to get to the destination, which for many people is marriage or kids or having a great partnership or having trips together or having a lot of romance in their life. But most people don't want to online date just to online date. Like most people probably wouldn't go to the airport just to be at the airport. They are going to the airport in service of what they want, which is vacation. So we go online on the online dating apps in service of what we want. Romance, passion, electricity, a partner who supports us, someone that inspires us, and then of course the structural pieces of relationship too, like weddings and babies and all those yummy, delicious things. So if you think of online dating as a means to an end versus something that you have to do, like something that's an obligation, think of it as just another step in the process of finding love. And a lot of dating coaches will talk a lot about dating, and I do too, but who really wants to date that much? Yes, it's fun to date, but for the most part, we're dating because we're looking for love, and we're looking for that special someone to spend our holidays with. So I'm curious if any of you have ever gotten sick of online dating and then given up. I have. If you've gone in waves where you download all the apps and then 3 weeks later you're like, so frustrated that you delete them all and then you go back and forth. I know many women have this kind of pendulum where they're really excited and then their hopes get crushed and then they go away, and it's pretty erratic and it takes a big toll on our heart. Or maybe you thought that someone was great and after a few weeks of dating you realized that there was something that they were hiding and it's made you feel a little bit skeptical about going back online again. So here's some reasons, the top 4 reasons why online dating might not be working for you yet. And the first reason is you might not actually know yourself or how to present yourself in a way that's authentic. So how many of you did your mom or dad teach you how to write your online dating profile? No one. None of our parents were probably doing online dating. If they were, I want to hear that story. Message me and let me know. And so it's not like we ever learned how to write an online profile. At best, most of us will have like a glass of wine with some friends and have our friends look at our profile and say, I don't know, what do you think? Like, I remember back in the day when I was, maybe 12 years ago, like my friends doing that, going over their match profiles or selecting people for each other, because we don't always know like how to put ourselves out there. Who are we? How do we distill this vast, decades worth of experience into a few little paragraphs and a few pictures? So if we don't really know ourselves that well, and if we're not sure how to present ourselves, then we can present pieces of ourselves that might not even be our deepest, truest core. Most of the time with the women that I work with, when I help them with their profile, I write their profile for them. What they had been putting out there was like a volume 1. They're like, I'm kind, I'm a good person, I'm sweet. And yes, all of those things are true, but they're not very unique and they're not very captivating. So most women are muting themselves, they're turning down their light, they're dimming their radiance because they're not really sure how to express themselves and how to put themselves out there in a way that feels confident and also unique. So they might, be humble, they might play down their attributes, they might keep things really generic because they think, well, someone would think it was weird if they knew that I liked country music, or who's gonna like me if they, find out that I'm a triathlete, and they probably want someone who isn't so intense. But your uniqueness, just like a snowflake, is what's gonna draw the right person to you. So you need to know who you are and how to talk about yourself, which is not a skill that most of us learn how to do effectively. A lot of our society and our parents have been like, don't say nice things about yourself, or be humble, or be quiet, or be small. And so when it comes to shining our light on an online profile, we're not sure where to start. And same with pictures. I see my friend Nicole is watching, and she's an awesome photographer. She's done pretty much all of my photos, and I love her. She really captures someone's spirit. But that's what's missing from a lot of photos when I see online profiles, is they might, structurally look fine, like it's a body shot or the hand is on the elbow or something like that, but it might be missing the vitality, the glow, the soul, the essence, the spark. And so those pieces are really, really important for communicating who you are in a way that's authentic and a way that's unique. So the number 1 reason that online dating might not be working for you yet is that you might not understand who you are or how to present yourself online. And then number 2, oh, thanks, Lorraine. And the number 2 reason that online dating might not be working for you is that you might not know what you want. I know everyone's like, no, I know what I want. I totally know what I want. But the truth is that I talk to women every day and we talk about their vision and what they want in a relationship. And a lot of times it's just not detailed enough. It's like saying, I want to live in a house. Well, great. Do you want, hardwood floors? Do you want carpeting? Do you want a walk-in closet? Do you want, a smaller closet? Do you want a backyard? Do you want to live in a high-rise condo? A lot of women, they just say, I just want a relationship. They've been so beaten down and burnt out from the process of dating, and I totally hear you, ladies, so this is not judging or blaming you, but sometimes we get so beaten down by not getting what we want that we think we have to give up. We think we have to make our vision super small, or that we have to settle, or that we need to, I have this list of things I wanted, I guess I should cross them all off. I was appalled when one of my first coaches with dating and relationships, when I hired a coach 10 years ago, when I was trying to figure out my love life, and she said, make a list of everything you want. So I did, and it was super exciting. And I get on my call with her, and she goes, okay, cross everything off except for the number 1 thing. That's about all that you're gonna get. And I pretty much fired her. I was like, you're telling me I can only have 1 thing on my list? No, I believe that I can have everything that I want, and I will do whatever it takes because I'm totally committed to having a great relationship. So anyone who tells you, don't be so picky, or you should really settle, or minimize your vision, or you're getting older, all of that stuff, just try not to listen to that at all, because you deserve to have what you want, and there's no such thing, I think, as being too picky. We are writing a shopping list for the universe, and we are creating what we want moment by moment when we are attracting our partner. So the thing is, though, most of us don't know what we want in enough detail on the things that matter. So you might think, well, yeah, I know that I really like it when a guy wears a baseball cap. But is that really your top priority? You might be focused on the things that don't really matter, and you might not be detailed enough on the things that do matter. And the number one quality that most women miss is integrity. They think like, yeah, I want a guy who is successful. I want a guy who is 6'3" and has broad shoulders, or, whatever your requirements are or whatever's on your list. But are you looking deeper? Like, what are the values in terms of integrity, follow through, honesty, commitment, transparency? Like, those are huge things that are really, really important. So if online dating isn't working for you yet, it's either number one, because you don't know yourself well enough or don't know how to put yourself out there or present yourself well enough online to get what you're looking for, or number two, you don't actually know what you want in enough detail on the things that matter. So that is really, really important. And if you don't have this, you are going to be settling. You're going to be attracting men who aren't even close to what you want. I find that the more that the women decrease their standards, the lower quality of men that they get, because they're kind of saying, I'm so lonely, I'll just take anything at this point. And so then just anything shows up. And if there's 50 million people online, that's a huge sandbox to play in. You can have what you want. You can be more discerning. Thank you, Lisi. Nice to see you. So number two, make sure that you know what you want on the things that matter and allow yourself, give permission to yourself to have more detail. And the third reason that people stay stuck online, or that online might not be working for them, is that they don't know how to set healthy boundaries and say no to what doesn't work. So this might mean someone starts talking about sex when they start messaging you and you think, that makes me uncomfortable, but you don't really say anything and you just go along with it. Turns out the guy was being pretty transparent all along that he just wanted sex, but we weren't sure what to say and we just kind of went along with it. So how many of you have ever gotten into a relationship where you just went along with it? And then 4 dates, 5 dates, 5 years down the road, you're like, whoa, I was so afraid of being mean to this person that I just stayed nice the whole time and I just wasted like 5 dates or 5 years of my time. I don't want that to happen to you. So if you are going to be online and you want to make online dating work for you and be successful, be one of the small percentage of women who actually gets into a great relationship from online, you have to know, okay, what are my filters? What are my criteria? This is different slightly than what you want. This is more about, how do I want to be treated? How do I want to feel? How will I know that how he's acting and what he's saying is in line with who he really is versus just what's on his profile? So you have to be discerning, and you have to pay attention to the red flags, and you have to know how to filter out what doesn't work for you. And that takes a tremendous amount of courage, and that takes a tremendous amount of self-worth. So if you have self-worth, you won't have a problem saying no, or saying that doesn't work for me, or, I'm really looking for something else. If you're lacking in self-worth, you might be tempted to just keep going out with someone because you don't want to hurt their feelings. Well, no one wants to be pitied, and believe me, men do not need you to mother them or smother them or, be pitying to them, because if you don't respect a man, you are not going to want to stay in relationship with him. So one of the filters needs to be, do I respect this person? Because if you don't respect him, the attraction is probably going to go down significantly. And then the fourth reason that online dating might not be working for you is that you don't know how to use the process effectively. You don't know how to get from profile to messages to dates to relationship. And that is a huge cycle, a huge continuum. And I find that every woman has a place in the process where she shines, and every woman has a place in the process where it's really hard for her. So I work with clients that they're like, Violet, once I get into a relationship, it is great. I'm a serial monogamous. I'm with someone for 5 or 6 years until our life path diverges or something happens. And then there's other women that are like, Violet, I'm great at dating. I can get 5 dates in a week, but I can't get past 6 weeks when it comes to a relationship. So if you have a place that you get snagged or that you get stuck when it comes to online dating and when it comes to the process of first meet or first message to first date to getting into a relationship, you're not alone and you're not broken. Everyone has somewhere based on their history, based on their life experience, based on their personality, and based on their skill set where they might get a little bit stuck. But again, online dating is kind of like going on a vacation. It's like going to the airport and getting on the plane. You don't necessarily want to go to the airport, but it's part of the process. So sometimes it's kind of fun to go to the airport. It's kind of fun to like pack a little lunch or grab a, trashy magazine or get some junk food, or on the other hand, have like some rose spray and some nice water and make it a really beautiful, and a cashmere scarf and make it a really beautiful experience. So you can make online dating a really beautiful experience en route to this lasting love, this lasting relationship that you're creating. But it takes a lot of skill and it takes a lot of mentorship and guidance in order to do that. And interestingly enough, half of my clients meet their person online. So when I first started coaching years ago, I was like, online dating sucks. Like, who wants to really do that? And I really tried to steer most of my clients to meet people online. to not meet people online, to meet people in person, because that's how I had met a lot of my significant others, even though I had dated a lot online as well and had, had a few relationships from that. But what I found is that about half of my clients, they're busy moms, they're single moms, they have amazing jobs, they're traveling all over the world, they're starting their own business, or they're working from home, and they don't always meet people organically. So I can definitely, sorry, my battery screen is coming up. I can definitely help people meet people in person. That's kind of my forte. But I also got better at helping people meet people online, because for some people, meeting someone online is the only practical solution, especially for some of my clients who are in rural areas, or like I said, single moms or have busy schedules. And so half of my clients actually meet their person online, which is why I feel very passionate about knowing how to do online dating right, so you don't get stuck in this cycle. And it's a big problem if you get stuck in this online dating cycle and it makes you feel closed off to love, or that there's something wrong with you, or that men are jerks, and you have all these limiting beliefs, these meanings that you're making that aren't necessarily true. You could stay stuck for like 5-10 years, and then all of a sudden, you're 39 and you're like, wow, I need to pay $20,000 to freeze my eggs because I haven't figured out how to do this effectively and I'm running out of time. Or maybe you've been doing online dating for a few years, and then you take a break, and then you go back on and you take a break, and you never really get over that mountain or get over that hurdle where you meet a great person. And there's nothing more fun for me than when I see one of my clients get engaged or get married. One of my clients just got engaged in October. She met her guy online in July, and it's been just amazing. Early July, so it's been amazing to see their courtship process and how they're moving forward together. Another one of my clients lives in the Bay Area, and she had only gone on 4 dates before she met the guy that's now her boyfriend, that she spent Thanksgiving with and that she's building a family with. So when you know who you are, when you know what you want on the things that really matter, when you understand how to be filtering and how to pay attention to the red flags and not waste your time, and then the fourth one, when you know how to move from meeting to, or from seeing each other online to messaging to date to relationship, then you can totally have what you want online. But I don't want you to spin your wheels, and so that's why it's really important that we talk about this. So if you need help creating your online dating profile, knowing how to put yourself out there, knowing which pictures to use, knowing what you want on the things that matter, knowing how to watch out for the red flags, and having someone hold you accountable to really sticking with what you said were your priorities, and then also just someone to guide you through all of those little steps of communication, then I would love to talk. We do 45-minute breakthrough to love sessions, which are free. You'll get on the phone with me or someone from my team, and we'll just figure out what's going on in your love life, what you need, what you want, what you're looking for, and if we can help you, great. And if we can't, we'll point you in the direction of someone who can. But either way, you'll get a ton of insight and clarity on your love life, which is such an important part of your life that affects every other part of your life: your confidence, your power, your sensuality, your relationships, not just with a significant other, but with your children, with your colleagues. And so many women actually end up being more powerful after they do this work on their heart and on their love life, because they have more confidence, healthier boundaries, and they know that they can get whatever they want in love and in other places. So I will put the link in the comments to book your free breakthrough call. And we also have a signature offering. It's just a 3-hour interactive workshop that's happening next Tuesday. That is for people who are like, Violet, I'm great at pretty much everything else in the process. I just want help with my online profile. Now, most women need much more support with masculine and feminine energy, and how to get to commitment, and how men and women communicate differently, and how to flirt in a way that's empowered. So this is just the first step, but it's an important first step if you want to date online. So I'll also put the link to that in the comments. It's a 3-hour interactive course called Create Your Winning Online Dating Profile. So I hope to see you either there or on our calendar to speak with someone for our team. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing dating season between now and Valentine's Day. This is the time when the most people are looking for love, the most people are online, and I want you to feel empowered to get everything that you want. If you are one of my clients already, you get the 3-hour interactive workshop for free. You will get that as a bonus, as part of the bonus section of our course, and the replay will be emailed to you. So don't sign up if you're already a client. This is a special bonus for you. So lots of love, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.